行くぞはっジェノサイカッタ
What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and a dream has come true, at least for me, and I think for maybe for a lot of you out there. But before we get into that, I do want to touch on the check-in log event where we're going to be getting 7,000 free rubies. These are going to be on time limit, and we all know that whenever we get these things, they're preparing us for either an SS or BS banner. And since we just had an SS banner, you know it, we're getting a BS banner, which leads me into these two characters, Leona and Goenitz. This is pretty wild, and I'm actually super excited about this. I know some of you might not be, but I personally am because I'm a huge fan of one of these characters. The other character I like, but one I'm a big fan of. So we're getting new BS characters, more BS, my friends. And we scroll down here and look who it is. Leona and Goenitz. Now, Goenitz doesn't really come as a surprise to a lot of players out there. This is, I think for a lot of players, they're going to be super happy about this because I've seen so many comments where they're like, BS Goenitz, BS Goenitz, BS Goenitz, right? In the forums, you know, they've been flooded. People have been asking for BS Goenitz because he's, you know, he's a very beloved boss character. I mean, he's like, the guy took out Rugal's eye, right? I mean, he's a freaking insane, right? He's the leader of the Hakishu. And Leona will probably come as a surprise to a lot of you players out there, especially if you're not really too familiar with KOF lore. But Leona is absolutely deserving of being a BS character. She absolutely should be. This version of her with the red eyes, yeah, this should absolutely be her. She should absolutely be a BS character. Just a little quick history lesson about Leona. When she was just a little bitty girl, Goenitz there unlocked her blood frenzy and she freaking killed her entire family and everybody in the town that she lived in when she's just a little bitty girl. So if that doesn't earn BS, I don't know what does. I mean, and then on top of that, later on in the lore, she tried killing her teammates, Clark and Ralph. I mean, she's just, you know, like, you know, people that are familiar with Leona know that she's done some pretty wacky stuff uncontrollably and, you know, and without thought. She didn't know she was doing it. But that's why she's a BS character. And personally, I'm happy about this. I'm happy she's a BS version. I'm happy because this is a badass version of this character. And look at Goenitz. I mean, seriously, look at that sinister smile on this guy. So I personally am very happy about this. I know that some of you are not going to be very happy about this. You're going to be like, oh man, they're rushing BS and SS banners, which I totally sympathize with. I wish they wouldn't rush these banners out. I really wish they would give players more time to save their rubies. I mean, to be fair, I really wish they would. But, you know, the fanboy in me, I'm not going to lie to you, is extremely excited about this. Oh man, I'm blown away. And she's going to be a purple defensive character, and he is going to be a red attack, which is pretty wild. So if you take a look at our BS and SS characters, right? As far as red attack, the only one that we have so far is an SS version. And then as far as purple defense, we have Athena, who's a SS character. So it looks like what they're going to be doing from now on is they're just going to be starting implementing other elements for characters of all types. Like they're going to have all BS characters, you know, whatever color, attack, defense, and balance. And they're going to do the same thing for the SS characters. And we are getting quite an abundance of SS and BS characters. I mean, right now we have 14, we have 17 of these characters. And now we're going to be getting 2 more, which is going to make it 19. So, I mean, I might have to just make a tier list just for SS and BS characters against each other. But what can we expect for Goenitz and Leona? So the first character we can talk about is Goenitz. And this is a character that's actually still currently very strong in this game. Even in KOF Original Week, he's still very strong in PvP. He's amazing in PvE. He's like one of the best characters you could build in the game, even now. And I think that's why a lot of people want a BS Goenitz version, right? They want a character that's just so broken that it's not even funny. And he's going to be broken. He's going to be broken because the thing is, this guy does all this tornado crap. And these tornadoes can actually cause your characters to be stagnant with the opponents that you're facing. Like, even if they have super armor, they just become stagnant. They're just like, they can't do anything, right? And he's probably going to have some kind of debuff. That's something they've done for BS characters. He's probably going to have 30% PG rate like this one does. Probably a big old crit rate increase. We'll see about what kind of dot he's going to have. I imagine maybe he'll get bleed again, but maybe he'll get something else. And the fact that he's going to be a red attack more than likely means he's going to be an insane god against Immortal Rock. And also, I'm really willing to bet that Goenitz is probably going to be a new meta. This character, I mean, this guy here, the one that you're looking at right now, he shook up everything. When he got his upgrades, he shook up everything, you know, his reworks. And I got a feeling, you know, the fact that he's a red attack, he's just going to be nuts. He's just going to be powerful as hell. And as far as Leona is concerned, Leona, she's a purple defensive fighter. So, you know, sometimes with the defensive fighters, we don't get to see as much of an upgrade as we would really like to see as far as like how much damage or them entering the meta. A lot of times they just end up being really, really great in PvP. And that's probably what you can expect for Leona, which is not something I'm really that happy about. But here's the thing. When it comes to BS and SS characters, they're always insane, you know, no matter what. I mean, you got characters like Athena, who's still really, really great for Guild Raid. You have the other SS and BS characters. You have SS Neo Tingle, who's freaking insane in the game and PvE content in the Immortal Dungeons against Immortal Rock and other dungeons as well, because of her leadership, because of her PG gain, because of the damage she can do. And let's not forget about Honica here, who proved to be insane in this freaking game for a tremendous amount of game modes. Guild Raid, Immortal Dungeons, PvP. She's just for freaking nuts, right? Her damage is skyrocket. So Leona could get an insane amount of damage. We can't really just base it off the fact that a character is an attack or balance. I mean, you got a character like BS Chrysalid, who is a balanced type fighter who ended up being totally insane. So we really can't always go by the type of character that they are. You just never know with Netmarble how strong they're actually going to make a character. So I'm willing to bet that Leona is going to be freaking insane also. You can also expect that she's probably going to have 30% PG rate. Hopefully she does have PG rate. I mean, they haven't always done that for SS and BS characters, but I really, really hope that they do that for her. I'm really hoping that they give her some kind of dot. That would be really, really nice because, you know, characters that usually have some kind of dot, they seem to be more relevant than other characters. So I'm really hoping they give her dot. This version here actually has poison, but and Orochi Leona actually has shock. So maybe they'll give her a different dot. I mean, obviously, you know, we're going to want to see maybe some shock, or we're going to want to see some starlight, or even poison damage, right? Especially for Guild Raid. So it's hard telling what they're going to do for her, but man, I'm just so excited because, you know, Leona for me is massive, massive waifu. I know for a lot of you out there that she's also big time waifu, but you know, I mean, BS Goenitz and Leona, I think this is super exciting. I am so happy about this. This is like, to me, a dream come true because I've wanted Leona to get a BS version or even an SS version for a long time. So I'm really, really happy about that. And I know a lot of you out there are going to be super, super happy about BS Goenitz. I mean, he's going to be a monster. You can bet on that. Both these characters are going to be so godly. Goenitz, I'm thinking is probably going to be stronger in PvE, but I'm thinking that Leona might be better in PvP. And something that I didn't even mention so far is the fact that Goenitz is a red and Leona is a purple means that they could probably be very, very good for the epic quest, right? Especially against this bastard right here, Zero, because you need a yellow, a red, and a purple to take him on in chapter 210, right? Leona's purple and Goenitz is red, so they might prove to be very, very good. I mean, you're going to want burn, but I mean, you could always have burn dodge strikers, but I mean, hopefully they got some good decreased damage receives. That would be mass, especially for this bastard. It'd be cool if they had some kind of mechanic where it would keep them from getting stunned. That would be pretty dope. But I mean, all in all, I'm just super, super happy, super, super excited about this update. So let me know how you're all feeling about the update. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 time. The link will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.